The lives of many critical trauma patients can be saved if they can get to proper care within the first hour after they're injured. Without an efficient system in place, that golden hour can quickly tick away. This story is not a recreation. It's a look inside the emergency medical facilities in Louisville, Kentucky. August 13th, 1993. Shortly before midnight, Louisville police officer Ramona Kinley radios her dispatcher.
535 radio.
535.
Another flight down in Kentucky and Swan. I got a person's been stabbed. He's not having difficulty breathing, but we still need EMS code 3. He's lost a lot of blood.
I saw him standing on the corner. He waved me down and told me he'd been stabbed. The guy walked up and stabbed him twice, then ran.
He's got lung sounds in both lungs. He's got some funky stuff coming out of the one stab wound in his back.
The victim is admitted to the trauma unit of the University of Louisville Hospital. Among those treating him is Dr. Edmund Hooker.
Stab wounds to the chest have a tendency to be very sick when they get here. You assume that every one of them is going to be dying when they hit the door, if not dead.
You see these, Eddie? Eddie.
When we sat him up, we saw there was one on the back of the left side of the chest and one a little bit lower on the right side.
Start pressing your chest tube for the left. What's his pressure? 170.
What's the first thing?
Cap.
22-year-old Delmer Baxter is attended to by nurse Angie Mullins.
He was having a lot of trouble breathing. It was obvious that he had an injury to the right side of his lung, so they had to put in a chest tube.
Put a tube in this side of your chest, okay, and get your lung inflated again. What'd you get stabbed with, do you remember?
Like a butcher.
Okay, you didn't see it?
The purpose of that tube is it drains all the air that's not where it's supposed to be and all the blood out of that chest.
Just hang in there. Quit hush now. Quit all that fussing. You're all right.
Blood.
Oh.
Wait a second. Here. He's got blood on the left side, but no pneumo on either side.
How you doing? Dr. McKenzie.
Dean McKenzie is the trauma surgeon on duty.
Knife wounds to the chest and the abdominal cavity are serious because you don't know how deep the wound is.
Oh, man, what's he doing?
Yeah, lay on your left. I put my finger in the wound in the chest, and it went all the way through. I could feel his lung and his beating heart. We're going to go ahead and open him up, look in his abdomen, and do a pericardial window to make sure he didn't get his heart.
Your dad's outside, Delmer.
Delmer's family is told that he's been a victim of a random stabbing.
He's got like a slow learning disability. I mean, you have to kind of explain things to him.
You all right, Boo? You're okay.
You all right?
You're okay.
I believe he was afraid that he was going to die.
Dad, I think it might help if you just reassure him just a little bit. You're okay.
The police officer was what saved his life, because if he had fell over where he was at on the sidewalk, he bled to death for the police, if anybody would ever found him.
Daryl speaking. Hey, Bullet County. Got an 8-year-old juvenile. We got involved in a motor vehicle accident. Hold on, let me go ahead and notify Powell, okay?
At 5 p.m., a call comes into Stat Flight reporting a motorcycle accident involving an 8-year-old child. Flight nurse Jody Hignite is among those responding.
Nobody likes to hear we're having a motorcycle accident because those injuries are extremely severe.
8-year-old Shane Bergen was riding on the back of the motorcycle with his father, David.
When I was driving down the road, I seen the truck coming, but there wasn't no room, and I didn't have no place to go, so I had to hit my brakes. The bike ended up on the right side of the road, and Shane ended up under the truck. He was pinned between the A-frame and the asphalt.
In the state of Kentucky, we have a helmet law, and what I really noticed is the one area of his body that was not injured was his head. It was a blessing that they had their helmets on.
While Shane's father is taken on to University of Louisville Hospital, his son is rushed to Cosair Children's Hospital.
Daddy's going to the big hospital, okay? You're in a little kid's hospital.
Children especially have a tendency to bleed to death quickly.
Shane is examined by emergency medicine physician Jim Brown.
You remember everything happened to you, Bubba? He looked like he was maintaining his own airway good. He was alert. He had a particularly nasty-looking hand injury, some bad scrapes and bruises. His abdomen was tender. We want to be sure he wasn't bleeding in his belly.
No, I think that's
See,
fine.
the posterior elements line up.
They line up just
Anterior
fine.
elements line up. After we finished our initial x-ray survey, we then needed to do further x-rays to be sure that he didn't break any bones.
Put this on his side so it doesn't take off.
It has to go down into your stomach, okay? And you know why? You got maybe something down there. We want to make sure it gets out and you don't vomit.
Kids, like adults, come in a wide range of packages. Some of them do very well, some of them do very poorly as far as being able to cope with being hurt. This kid was fantastic.
Shane's mother, Debbie, arrives at the hospital as soon as she hears about the accident.
His abdomen, there could be a problem, so they're going to check it all out and just eliminate some possibilities. But
I could not fall apart on him. I had to keep my head together for his sake at the time.
Oh, wait just a minute. This is Mom.
Sure. Mom, he looks fine. He's got road rash everywhere, but he looks fine, okay?
They had to take Daddy someplace else. They wouldn't let him come in here, okay? You're being a big boy. You're so brave. Are you cold? Or are you just scared?
I'm scared.
I know you are. I know you are.
It's one of the most horrible feelings in the whole world. To go through the kind of pain that I knew Shane was going through. One of the most trying, one of the hardest things that anybody will ever have to do.
Where are we?
If a mother never has to go through it, she needs to count her blessings very much.
He's doing great.
3 blocks away at University of Louisville Hospital, David is treated for lacerations and a back injury.
How you feeling since I last saw you?
Feeling a lot better.
Feeling better? I don't know if the surgeons talked to you and what they've come up with so far. He's going to want the spine doctor to take a look at you, make sure everything's intact down there, okay?
David is not a real emotional person, but he was extremely upset.
There's no more bikes for me. Bikes are not going to move. I just bought the bike. It's not going to be a part of my life no more. My babies are too important. I'm not going to take no chance on them.
Sweetheart.
Sure.
Okay. You feel better, baby? Yeah. You got a fever. His injuries were severe road burns on both of his thighs. His right thigh was a borderline 3rd-degree burn. His left thigh was a 2nd-degree burn. He had 2 pieces of his hand gone. So they had to go in there and repair that damage and then do a skin graft.
Love you too.
The next day, Delmer Baxter continues to recover from the stabbing.
He could have been killed easily with that stab wound. It was probably even closer than an inch from his heart. Delmer was very lucky.
In the hospital, and I'm nervous and scared, and I just want to go home.
Delmer?
Yeah?
These are your papers to go home.
Thank you.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm just ready to go home. Bye.
Bye-bye. You take care.
He wanted me to get up here at 7 o'clock to get him. He thought I should just jump out of bed and just come on up here.
He said, you're going to have to get up here now. I'm going to have to get somebody else because they want to release me. I said, well, we'll get there. Don't worry about it. I promised you. Finally, after you promised him a while, then he calmed down a little bit. He was scared dead he wasn't going to get out of here.
Delmer, goodbye, and thanks for saving my life.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
My pleasure. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yes, sir.
To have somebody like Delmer, who, being a fairly innocent person, obviously did not instigate what happened to him, it makes you become a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more understanding.
See you, Delmer.
Bye.
Let's get this whole film over again.
It's been a month since David Bergen and his son Shane had the motorcycle accident.
People that I really want to thank is the people who did a skin graft on my hand and cleaned my legs and person who drove the helicopter.
You're a crazy boy.
Yeah, I was born that way, Dad.
You're born.
I'd like to say to the doctors that they helped me a lot and did everything they could for me.
I truly, with all my heart, don't believe that I would have my son today if he had not had a helmet on.
I'm very, very lucky. $10! I'm glad that I wore a helmet.